G'day guys, Trent here. Look, we're here at the North Sydney Leagues Club tonight for the season launch of the New South Wales Cup. Let's go inside and see how some of the guys are looking for this season. Right, we're here with the new operations manager, Josh Hyland. Mate, obviously welcome to the Bears. How long has it been since you first started?
Yeah, thanks mate. Thanks. It's good to be here. Been 2 weeks about now. Really enjoying it. It's a great club to be a part of.
And for those that don't know, one of the leadership teams, Matty Hyland from the team, is your brother. How's it been working alongside of him?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to be back with my brother doing in the football game, but it's good. I try to get myself away from that. We do our own things, but it's good to be part of the club with him.
Yeah. And obviously tonight's a big night for the club. Has it run smoothly? Have you been happy with it?
Yeah, no, it was a great night. Greg did a great job. Our sponsors were here, really good. Our players were here, really good. They mingled well. I think the time the players are going to let their hair down a little bit, but ready for round one next weekend.
We're a proud club. We're a foundation club. Our heritage means a lot.
Club legend and General Manager Greg Florimo. Flo, how did you see tonight?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Plenty of positive energy in the air. The boys pretty excited. They've worked hard for the last 3 months. Good opportunity for them to let them their hair down, and I think they get an understanding of what's behind them as well, the support systems that are in place. It's not just the team and the coaching staff, there's a whole group, there's a whole network of fans, supporters, sponsors. So it was good for them to see that and to mingle with those people, because a lot of people have invested a lot of time and love and energy into the team, and everyone wants results. So we're all working towards the same thing.
Obviously an exciting year for both the club and sort of the Leagues Club. I've been told to ask you sort of what the new developments going on here.
Yeah, it is very exciting. I feel like we're on the verge of something really special. It's new and fresh, and it's going to bring a whole new group of people to the Leagues Club. I think it's important in this industry that you do constantly update and reinvent yourself. So it's an investment into the future, and it's very exciting. I think it's going to take the club to a whole new level.
Yeah, and for those sort of not aware, sort of behind the scenes, we're trying to develop a new culture, you would say. Any sort of information you can give out to those of what it's going to be like to be playing for the Bears?
Yeah, I think that we've got a good leadership group now who have come in and taken some ownership in creating our standards and what's expected within the club, and that'll flow through to the players, through that leadership group, and those guys are going to set the standards and maintain the standards. So I think that's important in developing a bit of accountability amongst the players, and the players now will understand that these are the standards that need to be set, and they'll obviously create their own goals, and they'll be accountable for those, and those goals will be something that the players will look at, and as Laurie said in his speech, there'll be no compromises on what they've committed to, and it's up to them to maintain that, and then that in itself creates its culture. You get your culture from that because people have stuck to their word and they're honest, and then that spreads across the group.
And just lastly, on a personal level, what's something you're looking forward to this year?
I'm looking forward to the season. I mean, it's been a big build-up, and we've worked hard, so it's really important that we get a good start, and I think we can do that. We've got a good calibre of people both on and off the field, so just looking forward to the season to start now.
All right, thank you very much for your time, and all the best this year.
Thanks, Trent.
All right, we're here with New South Wales coach Laurie Daly. Laurie, thanks for tuning up tonight. Obviously, the New South Wales Cup's got a bit of a meaning for you guys. How has that sort of touched you in the last year with the team and all that?
Yeah, I think it's great. Obviously, the New South Wales Cup is the second-tier competition in New South Wales. Provides a great pathway for some of our lads to go on and play in the NRL. And as I said to the guys tonight, the last two 5'8" that have played for New South Wales, James Maloney and Joshy Reynolds, have both come through the New South Wales Cup and been a part of the New South Wales residents team. So it's a great opportunity for these guys to continue playing their great game in rugby league and continue to keep their dream alive of playing first grade.
Yeah, lovely. And we know that North Sydney, or the comp itself, has a place with you. Obviously, your son, you said, plays for the brothers. What do you see in this sort of area? The comp, how's it going?
Yeah, I think it's a strong comp. I know that a lot of the kids in this area love their rugby league. My young fella's been involved with North Sydney Brothers for the last 7 years, and He really loves the club and wants to see an NRL club here. But it's great. I mean, it's great that rugby league can be on the North Shore and still have a presence here.
All right, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We're here with Steve Noyce. Firstly, Steve, thanks for turning up tonight.
My pleasure. It's exciting.
Yeah, it is. So first, I just wanted to sort of have a bit of an insight to your role that you're currently playing with the Central Coast. Do you want to enlighten us?
Helping out. Yes, there's a lot of work to make sure that this bid's put together in such a way that we impress the NRL with the quality of the information we provide and get them excited in the same way we are. So it's important we do a lot of work to make sure that document really says a lot about the club and the future and how, as I keep saying, how excited we all are.
Well, I mean, it's well noted you've been in a couple of clubs. Is there something that sort of the Central Coast or North Sydney have to offer that you haven't found in any other teams? Or?
I think it's certainly got history and tradition. That's important. It's got a lot of passionate people. And on the other hand, it's probably got a lot of people disillusioned by the decision of the game to remove the club. And we've seen most recently, of course, Souths had the same fate. They were thrown out of the comp. They got back and won a competition. And I think there's that fairy tale aspect to it. The number of juniors, as I said earlier tonight, there's almost 10,000 people playing football, and that gives you an enormous base, a base you can develop to grow your own football players, which is important. An area that has 1 million people from Milsons Point to Lake Murray, 2 stadiums. Some of these other bids don't have stadiums, and so stadiums are real, and you need them. So yeah, lots of ingredients. So history and tradition on one hand, lots of kids on the other hand. So that's your future and your past put together, and a licensed club that's shown its commitment over 50 years to support rugby league. I think that's important as well.
And just to enlighten some of the guys at home, where's the bid at the moment? What needs to be done now from here?
Yeah, so Dave Smith, I think, said this week as part of the Titans matter that one expansion was still on the agenda for the NRL, so that's good, and that Shane Richardson would be the man responsible for it. So Shane hasn't started at the NRL yet, so we've just got to get ready for them. They've got to do some work. And I think we've just got to concentrate on our own bid and making sure we're ready for whenever the NRL want to see us.
And just lastly, what can the sort of New South Wales Cup side, what can this club do this year to help push the bid forward?
I think the fact that, as I say earlier, North Sydney participate in Harold Matthews, SG Ball, State Cup, and they also support the team up north. So, it's not as though, I think sometimes people sulk and go away when things don't go their way. That's not what the Bears have done. It's not what they've done ever in their history, and I don't think they'll ever do it. So, as long as the State Cup are playing and doing their best, and there was lots of enthusiasm and energy in there tonight. So, let's hope it's a good season.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so we're here with one of the more famous Bears fans. Thank you very much for coming tonight. What's your history with the Bears?
I used to be the ball boy for the Bears.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was a ball boy for about 6 years, and Dad was heavily involved with the club. The best way to describe it would be my family's religion.
Yeah, a lot of people around this area would say that as well. So obviously, growing up with the Bears, what did you do once the Bears left the NRL?
I tried to give up on rugby league. I tried not to buy the paper. I tried to hate a lot of people, and I still hate a certain club and some people that make some decisions around the place. But I enjoy Souths, but I know that it's completely different to Norths. Like when they lose, I just turn the TV off or drive home and don't want to kill someone. I still enjoy rugby league. I've played since I was 6 years old, and I played till I was 30. I was never any good, but I love the game. But I'd love it a hell of a lot more if Norths were in first grade.
Yeah, lovely. And obviously you're quite up to date on the old social media side. How do you see sort of the Bears now? We're trying to get into that sort of market. Do you think that's going to be working for us? Or?
I think it's fantastic. I think the one side in the New South Wales Cup that do things really well on that side of things is Newtown. I think they've been doing it before social media. They just had trendy T-shirts. They got the hipsters and those people behind going and grabbing a 6-pack of cider and watching them at Henson. I think we've got to make it cool. I think the fact that the greens behind the ground is a very trendy place at the moment. We can sort of springboard off that, make going and watching a reserve grade game a cool thing to do, which it is. It's great to sit there on a Sunday afternoon For a few dollars, I can take my family down. If they get bored, they can run around the grass like I did 35 years ago. And it's awesome. You can hear the hits, you can hear the calls, and it's a fantastic family environment.
It is. So we'll hopefully be seeing your face there in North Sydney Oval this year.
I'm a little bit cheesed off. The first 5 games are away, you know, you can follow it on the net. You can do all those sorts of things now, and
keep up.
You know, if they're away for 5 weeks, that means they're home for 5 weeks at one point. So
exactly,
you'll see me there.
And just lastly, what are the chances we'll get you in a North Sydney Bears sort of jumper on TV?
Mate, I wear a North Sydney jumper every now and then on TV, but my boss hates it. Because Better Homes and Gardens is national, and Channel 7 sponsor the AFL, so they hate it. So I do it when I can. Quite often I'm wearing red and black socks. That's about as close as I can get.
Anyway, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. Enjoy your night. See you later.
This time, halfback has been a bit of pressure in that position, and he is appointed Mark Dow.
Right, we're here with the strength and conditioning extraordinaire, Nathan Parnham. Mate, you've been with the club a couple of years now. How's the pre-season looking for this year for the Bears?
Yeah, good mate. It's going really well. All the boys have been really accountable for what they've done, and we've made some good strength gains in the gym, and I'm looking forward to a positive season.
Yeah. And obviously, for those that don't know at home, you've got yourself a nice Instagram account. Do you want to promote that, or we can get some followers for you?
Yeah, it's just Nathan_Parnham. Everything's strength and conditioning. A lot of the stuff from the boys is on there, and yeah, that's about it.
Obviously, you were part of the team last year. Wasn't the result we were looking for? Can you let everyone at home know what the differences are in this year?
Mate, we're bonded really well. We've ripped into pre-season. We're fit. We're ready to go, and we're just looking for a win. That's all. We just want to win.
I've seen him in the pre-season interviews. One of the members of the leadership group, Jackson Garlick. Mate, welcome to the season launch.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here for my second year, so I'm really privileged to be here.
Yeah, like you said, you were here last year. How have you? Obviously, last year wasn't a good year for us. How do you reckon this year's pre-season's been compared to last year?
I think this year we've got a lot of young blokes that have been through the semi-professional circuit. We've got a lot of blokes that have been playing in the Toyota Cup, especially New South Wales Cup. So I think that our experiences combined can really create a collective team that's really challenged to take on the international circuit, especially New South Wales Cup. There's got a lot of players dropping down from first grade, and I think we've got the skills and we've got the commitment to really take it to them.
So what position you'll be pushing for this year then?
Mate, these days halfback and 5'8" kind of do the same role left and right, so either one of those I'd love to be doing my best for the boys, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can put my best foot forward when they need me to. So
yeah, well mate, just being in the sheds in the first few trials, I can already tell you're probably one of the loudest in the sheds.
Yeah.
So I can imagine you going over for the first time in the red black. You can do a celebration. What's going on? What do you reckon?
Mate, I don't mind a chant or two. So
can we get something tonight?
If there is a win, then I will celebrate it. I don't exactly know the team song just yet. It's pretty early for that.
Yeah. Surely a try. We can do a post-try celebration. Have we got something in you right now?
Nah, I try to keep it pretty chilled when I score a try, because I don't want to make a big deal out of it, because I intend on scoring a couple in this season. So.
On the we're here with one of the new Bears recruit, Trent Jennings. Trent, firstly, welcome to the Bears. How have you found the pre-season?
Yeah, pretty tough. It's been quite good with Nate's pre-season. He really looks after you. We're doing the 2 weight sessions and 2 field sessions. It gives your body plenty of time to rest, and actually seen a couple of boys massive improvements with their testing results over the pre-season. So looking forward to a big year. Just a bit bummed out about my leg in the first trial, but
yeah. Look, obviously we've got the crutches here. Can you let the guys at home know what you're recovering from?
Yeah, I did a partial tear my syndesmosis on my left ankle. It's pretty devastating considering I did the same injury on the other side last year, but what can you do when it's only a partial tear? So should be back by round 2, fit and strong and ready to go, so looking forward to it.
Yeah, look, unfortunately this happened in a trial with the Bears. How did you find the support staff, the physios and all that sort of stuff looking after you? How'd you find that?
Yeah, like I said, it's one of those things when you go down, you want to be by yourself, but the guys were there straight away looking after me, picked me up and took me into the sheds, and they were really good. And both physios here, yourself and Nath, looked after me pretty well. And like, he's rang me straight after the game when I got my results, and we kept in contact over the time. So I'm feeling pretty much loved. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where you feel warm and fuzzy, but it just shows out in the field like how we're going to perform this year. Like, it's a great team bond, as you can see at the season launch. Everyone's getting along, so it looks like a big year for us.
Yeah, no, well, all the best, mate, with the recovery, and we hope to see you back out there, man. All the best. Cheers.
Fine, mate. It's been a great night. The boys are enjoying themselves and getting ready for the season to begin now.
Yeah, pretty confident in the squad you announced to everyone earlier tonight?
Yeah, I'm really happy with the squad that we've picked. I think we've come up with a really strong squad compared to last year. I think we've got more experience and just a better player.
Yeah. And obviously you've been here for a couple of seasons. Anything from this season that you'd say stands out compared to the rest?
Yeah, it's most probably we've got a few younger players out of the under-20 system and a couple of guys who have played New South Wales Cup before, which gives us good experience.
Any of the newer guys that some of the fans should probably look out for this year, you reckon will set the scene?
I think Dane Chang has set the scene a little bit already down there in the trial last week. Big strong runner, good defender. And I'm really happy the way Michael Ross is performing at the moment in the front row.
Lovely. One last thing for the fans. Anything you want to say before the season kicks off?
Oh, look, get out and watch us play. The more support we have, the better it is for the boys. They like performing in front of the crowd, and we'd love to see you at all our games.
Yeah, lovely. Thank you very much. We're here with one of the leaders of the Bears, Matty Highland. Matty, how's your night been tonight?
Yeah, it's been a good night. We had a good turnout. All the boys were here in good spirits. It was a great night.
Yeah, so obviously named as one of the leaders of the team this year. Are you confident with the boys that are running out with you this season?
Yeah, no, we're a lot better than last year, in good stead this year for a big season. And yeah, all the boys are ready.
Yeah, look, we interviewed Josh a bit earlier. Obviously working alongside your brother. How's that been for you?
Yeah, it's been good. He's been telling me what to do a bit, but that's all right. I'll let him get away with that.
And just lastly, mate, what can the fans expect sort of on the park, the footy this year? What's it going to be like for you guys?
We want a big year, so we want to hit the ground running on round one, get the win, and build on that.
All right, thank you. All the best this year, man. Thanks. Take care.
That ain't working. Southern Hospital.
Money for nothing, checks for free. Ooh, and money for nothing, checks for free. Money for nothing, checks for free.